But it makes sense. I mean, the point makes sense that you should try to
Punish people to
to move into cash, because
Cash.
if they want to drive a cashless society,
Society,
right?
yes.
So it would be easier. It should be less costly to do digital transactions or e-transactions rather than doing cash transactions.
Some of these business owners, they fear that, oh, this tech thing, they will use it to take our monies away from us.
Yeah.
This new generation of people that understand this, they will use it to steal us or all these things. So those kind of fears are there. Because when we are buying everything digitally, we know who is spending what.
Exactly. Or maybe they're afraid that cash could run out.
someone will go and buy 27 houses.
Anyway. Hello everyone, welcome to Building Bytes, where we tell relevant stories to fuel innovation and drive growth in the Ghanaian digital ecosystem. It's another episode and we are glad to find out the interesting scoop about SMEs in Ghana. But before we go in, you want to find out from Yao what happened in tech.
Great. So this week, what happened in tech? We are looking at three stories, three big stories. We'll start with the first one being one of the very controversial stories so far. So the Parliament of Ghana has passed the bill to abolish E-Levy. I think the minister presented his budget. It was one of the key things in there. And finally, the Parliament has passed the bill. It's left with the president to append his signature to it. I think by the time this episode goes up, the president would have done that. Yeah, but I don't know what you guys think about this.
It's very unfortunate I'm starting on that. note. For me, yes, repealing E-Levy is good, but I think as the drivers of Ghana's GDP, which we've seen some increase, some growth in the tech space, there should be a nicer way we could do that. I think in our conversation, I'll pull data to show you.
I think it should be a nicer way to
Take E-Levy for another
yes,
means.
not taking E-Levy.
Yeah.
But I feel if we are pushing the digital agenda for growth in the digital space, we should move E-Levy rather to cash out instead of charging
On transactions. On the platform.
So that way,
make it painful.
it would deter people
to
to go and
Yeah.
remove cash.
That makes sense.
So you and I, all our innovations would get people to use them.
Yeah.
drive the digital inclusion and all of that.
Financial inclusion model.
A lot of people would disagree, but I mean,
It's actually the best.
No, I think
Because the
it
data
makes
is
sense.
there. You see,
Yeah.
GDP growth, I think, let me just show you. GDP growth for last quarter was primarily driven by tech
okay.
Yeah.
and majorly in Ghana,
Okay.
and majorly by airtime and data.
Okay.
And
That's
this data is
That's
available on Ministry of Finance
I know
website.
I know MTN's
You can
financial
actually
reports,
go there and see. Let me give you the growth for last year. Mining and quarrying growth was 15% growth. Construction 9%. Oil and gas 8.6%. Manufacturing 3.1%.
Okay.
Information and communication, where we belong,
Yeah.
15.9%.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Financial and insurance activities 6.9.
Okay.
Accommodation and food services 5.7.
Okay.
Transportation and storage 3.8. Agric 4.6. And according to the data that's available on the Ministry of Finance website, you can actually check it for yourself. They said, let me read it. This was published on the 12th of December 2024. Ghana's economy continues to exceed expectation, defying challenges and solidifying its position as one of the most dynamic economies in the Africa region.
Okay.
Data released by the Ghana Statistical Service underscores the country's remarkable economic performance during the third quarter of 2024. And the growth compared to last year was high. And all these things, the highest, like I mentioned earlier, was driven by IT.
Wow.
And when you go to Ghana Statistical Service, their website, you get the full data of everything that has been summarized in one page a year.
And even this was still under when we had E-Levy.
E-Levy.
Yes, when you had E-Levy.
When we had E-Levy.
Yeah.
You see,
more
even when some telcos decide to increase their
charges.
data charges,
and all of
people
that.
were still buying
Right,
data.
Yeah.
That means the need. It's not a want.
Yeah.
So I know for MTN, one of their highest revenue sectors that's growing rapidly is data.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I feel with this data, I know it's a political promise
Yeah.
that yes, we will take off E-Levy,
Mhm.
but a further engagement with
They should repackage it.
stakeholders
Mhm.
and also understanding where we are at
Mhm.
currently
Yeah.
would help them to give this sort of way of handling this E-Levy
Yeah.
thing. E-Levy, personally, I actually don't like E-Levy from day one.
Yeah.
I remember when they were engaging the Ghana Chamber of Telecommunication, my former office, I was the one in there. So we met at Alisa Hotel. I made my point there.
Okay.
That's this E-Levy thing. Because as a salesperson then with
That
PSP,
gets,
it was going to cost you a
Your
lot
numbers
of trouble.
Yeah,
Your
numbers
numbers
will
will
drop.
Yes, your numbers would drop.
Yeah.
You know, it was a necessary evil actually. The numbers dropped for like a month or two.
Yeah.
They
Then we
came back.
Yeah.
It came back. That should tell you that people actually are using it.
Yeah.
And the data is there. They are actually publishing the data.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether they pay people to do all this thing for them and they don't
Manipulate it,
use
Yeah.
they don't use the data that
Yeah.
have been given to them by
Yeah.
the agencies they pay to give them data.
Yeah.
So with this data, I think the E-Levy, yes, we can repeal it, but we should introduce
It's
it in
a
a
very
way.
interesting one because
Yeah.
from where you sit, I mean, advocating for this is very interesting. I'll
Yeah.
just leave it at that.
Yeah.
It's actually not interesting. No.
But it makes sense. I mean, the point makes sense that you should try to
Punish people too.
punish people to move into cash because
Cash.
we want to drive a cashless society.
Society,
right?
yes.
So it would be easier. It should be less costly to do digital transactions or e-transactions rather than doing cash transactions. And that makes sense. It's still some kind of, I mean, it might not be classified technically as E-Levy, but it's some kind of agenda to drive digital.
Drive it.
I mean, that one will bring more people to the tax bracket.
Exactly.
Because when we are buying everything digitally, we know who is spending what.
Exactly. Or maybe they're afraid that cash could run out.
Someone will not go and buy 27 houses. Anyway, moving on to the next story, which is a big one for our ecosystem. BOJ's Kwame Opon joins Global DF Council. So the lead of Ghana's Fintech department at BOJ, Kwame Opon, has been appointed to the World Economic Forum's prestigious Global Leaders Council on Decentralized Finance. This is a big one. I think someone said something on the show that if you are not at the table,
you're
on the table.
Yeah,
So it's very good that we have someone from Africa, from Ghana, representing us on the World Economic Forum's Council for Decentralized Finance.
That's actually Bitcoin and Co, right?
Yes. I mean,
That's
and not just the
decentralized
philosophy too behind them, which I think things like interoperability and just or have that philosophy, maybe not. So I think he's I won't say perfect, but he's a good person to be there.
It's the mouthpiece of fintech in Ghana. So
Yeah, but
the best
he's a
person
global. I mean, compared
Yes.
to global partners, but I mean, from Ghana, is the best rep to represent Ghana there. So having him join the council or lead the council is a good one because he has implemented it for some time. He has seen the effects. He has seen the opportunities. He has seen the way it has opened up the digital ecosystem for innovation and growth. Yeah. So it's a good one. Congrats to.
My own is we are just 3 months into the year, and the way the office is moving. I mean, fintech license, passports, and
Yeah.
after that,
A lot of collaboration.
Yeah.
with Rwanda.
Yeah.
So if you have license in Ghana, then
That's what.
so what about if you have license in Rwanda?
I think you can.
That means
Then let's go. Let me get my license in Rwanda because Ghana is becoming so stressful.
That's a good one to start like 2025. I think 2025 their wins are being progressive and consecutive. We hope that it will be like that to the year end and many years after. Yeah.
And the last story is one that comes from home. So Ghana Hubs Network and Building Bytes partners to launch Ghana Innovation Tour. So I'll let you brief it. And then
Okay, so the reason behind the Ghana Innovation Tour is to not just make tech look like it's an Accra thing or a city thing or it's just a few people thing. We believe innovation and growth is happening along different places and in different areas, different communities. I mean, it's interesting hearing that before our conversation, Restus telling us some of the amazing work Built is doing in other regions that we seem not to pay attention.
Yeah, true.
there was a certain data, I've forgotten the exact thing, but it highlighted that a lot of the users were found in the northern region, and most people in that room were surprised.
Spotify. Is that Spotify data or not?
I don't know. Was it Spotify?
Yeah, Spotify last year,
Mhm.
Spotify's biggest markets,
Yes.
biggest regions in Ghana had WA in there. In addition to Kumasi and Accra and then WA. You were expecting Takrady or Cape Coast or
Interesting.
Who or something, but
Yeah.
WA.
Yeah, so we at Building Bytes just want to highlight some of these stories, tell them more, and do it in partnership with the Ghana House Network, because we believe hubs have been key instruments in our digital growth. They've played a very key role. So that is what we are doing. We are running this Ghana Innovation Tour. So if you're interested, if you're a hub, if you're part of the community, you have any key story, if you're a founder in any region, I think you can reach out to us. You can reach out to some of the hubs in your network, and we'll love to share your story. So that was what we signed up with the Ghana.
The first stop is going to be in Takrady.
Yeah.
And the first pilot episode goes up in June,
Mhm.
in June this year.
Yeah.
They're very pumped for this.
Yeah, so Takrady, we are coming there soon. All right. So thank you so much, y'all, for the What Happened in Tech, which is brought to you by techleaders.africa. So we are moving into our Talking Bytes, which is the main discussion. And today we want to discuss how Built accounting, should I say Built accounting or Built?
Or built.
Yeah, how Built is supporting over 15,000 Ghanaian SMEs with financial tools, which the conversation will be led by the managing director himself, Restus Numadzi.
Yeah.
Numadzi at Built. Let me see.
Built
That.
Financial Technology. That's the name of the company.
Okay, but the product
Product
is
our
commonly known as
product
Built.
is built.
Okay. So
So
you've heard him say
Built.
so Built. A little bit about Restus is that he's a dynamic business leader with expertise in business management, development, and fintech. And as managing director of Built Accounting or Built Financial Accounting, he drives global growth strategies and helps business optimize operations. Beyond work, he enjoys football, farming, and quality time with family. For what maybe Restus isn't add, he's an amazing salesperson. So maybe we'll be selling us on this show. So look forward to having a good conversation. Anyway, welcome, Restus.
Thank you, Caleb. Caleb has been my good friend since you got married without inviting me. So
Wow.
I want to say it on this show for everybody to know. I just saw pictures, and the next thing is chilling somewhere with a wife. That everybody should know that he didn't invite me. That's why I didn't show up.
So on behalf of Caleb, to Restus and all viewers,
Mr. Lamptey.
on behalf of the Lamptey family, we apologize for not sending invite to you. You are so special. That's why we thought. You didn't need an invite. You should have been there. It's only strangers who gave invite. Anyway, so Restus, you've had an interesting career in fintech, in SME, in development spaces, and we just want to get an understanding of your background, how you started, where you've got into. A little bit about that before we move into the conversation.
All right. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
I have an HND in engineering, actually, agric engineering to be precise, from Ho Polytechnic, now Ho Technical University.
Yeah.
Amazingly, I've been doing sales all my life.
Wow.
It's been sales and marketing throughout. So at a point, I thought it was, okay, since I'm doing sales, let me just go to school and get more knowledge on sales. Yeah. So I went to do my first degree in sales and also master's in sales and corporate strategy from KNUST. So basically, school-wise, that's what I've been doing, and I've been on this journey for the past 30 years.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah. What company is that? I think that one of the Ghanaian companies is 13 years. I'll pick it up. I know that one Ghanaian company has been 13 years in the industry. So it's not a Ghanaian company, Snapchat. So Snapchat has been 13 years. So yeah, started in the industry 13 years ago.
13 years ago. I sold a lot of things. I sold loan before, auto, health, and all those things. And many of those ones are all SMEs.
Wow.
Yes, I haven't really worked in any government sector, even my national service or private sector.
Okay.
That's cool.
So everything, I understand the pain points of a typical businessman in Ghana.
Was it difficult selling those loans to?
Yes. Kudos to whoever sells loan.
Loan should be easy to sell.
Yeah, I mean now it seems.
I'm assuming.
I'm also assuming it should be.
Okay, so maybe because it's more of digital loans these days, so it's
Okay.
easy. I think those times you
When you
go join
people
your
to take
bosses. It's only they sell the loan is actually for only government workers.
Yeah, that makes it difficult.
It's very, very difficult.
Yes.
Very
But
difficult.
most of them have already taken a lot of loans.
Already.
There are caps to
So
how
some
much
of
you can
these
take.
things, you go there and the person is so like, why? You want me to just be owing every time? Why?
I get it.
And that's
the person
your
doesn't
head-
have plan for anything. You're forcing the person to take money.
Wow.
You see, it's the kudos to whoever sells loan. It's been a journey, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
Yes. So it made us understand the Ghanaian market very well,
Okay.
and that's what we are applying today.
Awesome. So, I mean, you sold loans. I know you've worked in other places. Just give us like, you might not mention the name if you don't want to, but I can just like
for my
the roles
fintech,
you
for my
played there.
fintech, let me guess. My fintech journey started at Koba.
Okay.
So all this financial technology, known as Koba.
Okay.
Yeah. Koba is a payment service provider. They have enhanced payment service license. They are one of the companies that got the first 11 set of licensing.
Wow.
I think they were part of the first 11. The last time I checked, now the license is more than 55.
Yeah.
It's like in this small country.
Yeah.
And that's just PSP enhanced. So
Yeah.
imagine the standard and other ones.
Yeah.
So we are growing as an industry.
Yep.
So I started there as the head of. It's a funny one. I joined actually as the head of retail,
Okay.
but when I got there, the one that's supposed to handle corporate B2B businesses didn't show up. So I had to go and do B2B.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good one for you.
It was a very
Yeah,
good one.
Yeah.
It was. I would
Yeah,
say
very.
it catapulted me to a different level.
Mhm.
I had a lot of, because I've been dealing with businesses,
Yeah.
so I had a lot of relationship built during that time.
Yeah.
I had a lot of people in the industry that I had to learn from because
Mhm.
there are already people doing what I'm coming to do,
Yeah.
so you have to learn from them. So
Yeah.
I follow people keenly, especially what they do on LinkedIn and other things.
Yeah.
Which event do they attend? I follow. I'm actually everywhere.
Yeah.
When it's about cross-functional teams, even in the office to learn,
Yeah.
in the office to learn. I'm in every team. I just want to
Wow.
learn.
Wow.
I just want to learn, especially in tech. And I learned a lot.
Mhm.
At a point, I had to sometimes sit with the project team, understand how their work goes, go with the developers, so understand the space so that when I'm selling, I know what exactly I'm selling.
Yeah.
So basically, from there, I joined Build Financial Technology as the chief of staff.
Okay.
Later
That's a big role.
transition to
Interesting.
the MD.
Okay.
What does the chief of staff do?
Yes.
Oh, basically
those who don't
operations.
Including me.
They are
Maybe
they-
you should, because his company there's a
I
chief
mean,
of
you can
staff.
explain
so-
it, but what I know commonly is that they are next in line for MD or CEO. role.
Okay.
Easy. Easy.
They oversee everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like when the CEO is not there, you are there.
Yeah.
That's basically it. Yeah.
Okay.
So transition to MD role, and it's been a very challenging but very sweet one.
Yeah.
Very, very sweet.
Awesome.
Looking at the successes we've shocked so far,
Yeah.
it's been very nice. I actually enjoy it.
Awesome.
For someone who doesn't know build, what does build do?
Okay, so Build Financial
Can you give
Technology.
us the layman explanation and then the deeper explanations?
Build Financial Technology is an all-in-one finance platform, we call it, not only accounting. All-in-one finance platform that you can go there as a business, no matter how your business is from the ideation stage that you want to start as one man
Okay.
till the business is big, you can actually use the platform. So we have features cutting across invoicing,
Okay.
expense tracking, payroll management, payment.
Okay.
Payment will depend on PSPs for payment. So we've done the platform in such a way that you don't need to go and be computing your taxes and all those things.
Yeah.
We've done everything. It's a cloud-based,
Mhm.
so you can use it everywhere. We have the mobile app version and also the web version. So www.build.africa. You can use it everywhere in the world, but our focus region is actually Africa.
Okay.
So you can use it for your business.
Mhm.
There's POS functionalities on it. Everything you will need for a business. So quotes, expenses. And at the end of the day, the whole idea is we know as a startup, mainly some of them don't have the funds to hire an accountant.
Yeah.
So we've developed the software in such a way that you are not interfacing accountants. You are just doing, like, I bought this and you record it. And what accountants do, that's the double entry, is done behind the scene for you. So you focus on growing your business, we focus on your accounting and bookkeeping needs. So basically that's what the software does.
How did it start? What was the why that got us here?
My boss, some years back, I think some 8 years back, embarked on a journey. He was keeping books for some startups in Ghana, especially at the northern parts of Ghana, and he encountered something that they were using the global known softwares, the QuickBooks, the Zeros and Zohos and co. We're using those ones, but those ones, every time you have to customize it to suit the operations of the individual business you are dealing with. And also the cost involved was very, very high at the time. So we decided that why don't we develop a software that solves the headache of all those things, and everybody everywhere can use it. Knowing the problem at hand, we will not be able to maybe do that one-on-one with every company or every startup in Ghana. So Build actually started as Build Accounting. So they provide accounting services. So when we started accounting services, we got all those pain points that we want to solve. I think that's the best lesson you can learn in entrepreneurship, that the best way to make money is to solve a problem. So we identify a problem and solved it by coming up with the platform. The platform came out 4 years later. That development, we did everything. And I would say with all authority and all boldness and all pride that everything you see on the software was built by young Ghanaians.
That's impressive.
Yes, everything is built by a Ghanaian.
That's impressive.
So the team behind it, everything Ghanaian. So we built everything together here in Ghana. And after 4 years, at least, we are almost close to 18,000 businesses on the platform. So we are. That's what we've been doing for the past 4 years as a software. But as a business, we've been around for 8 years.
That's interesting. And I'm thinking of in what ways does Built impact SMEs? In what ways do you make impact? That if somebody is a Built customer, what should they expect, or what are they experiencing?
You see, the sector we play, that's the SME sector. As in Ghana alone or in Africa, over 90% of our businesses are SMEs.
That's true.
They are SMEs, and we contribute 60% to the GDP. A lot. And also, we've been talking about financial inclusion, but it's only 30% that are financially included. So we have 70 more to go. And also digital acceleration. Now with the data from the Ghana Statistical Service, we've seen that phone ownership, even region-wise, when you go to the website, you see it's increasing. So what Built is doing is to solve all these things. So put ourselves in a position to solve this. Now we started as an accounting software. We've realized we've built capacity over the years. We have a lot of businesses on the platform. One of the key challenges that we see, according to the data that I always talk with data, the data available here.
That's like
on the African Development Bank, you can actually cross-check yourself that the SME gap in Africa is $450 billion. That's the SME financing gap.
For sure.
And the venture capital available is 1.2 billion. So the gap is very huge. The gap is very huge. So the way we can actually solve that is by credit, giving credit, loans, and other things. But then a typical SME in Ghana goes to the bank to take a loan. The risk is very, very, very high. And sometimes they don't even get a loan because they don't have proper structure, proper book keeping.
They're not legally registered.
All those things. There's no even record. Sometimes you see somebody doing business, the next money you use that business money to go and buy kelewele and all those things. So there's no proper structure. So we came in to solve that. So at least you have something that day in, day out, you can be doing. And if you are even using our platform to receive payments and all those things put together, accounting will be done at the background for you. So at the end of the day, you have data, you can pull your P&L, your profit and loss account. You can pull every financial report you need. You can pull them from the system and show it to the bank that, okay, this is my financials. You can give me loan. That way the risk can be low. Because when you go as an SME, because it's not well structured, the risk is very high. So they are into a business. They are in a business. They are not NGO actually. So they will charge you higher risk. So we've seen that over the years, and that's one thing we've solved. And on our platform, we've introduced a financial marketplace.
Financial market.
Yes.
So how is that like?
On the platform, you will see when you log on to your account, there's financial services. When you click financial services, there are various services there. We have loans, we have pensions, we have insurance, everything you need. So we want you to, we are just harnessing data. So with the same data you have on the platform, we migrate that data to buy insurance. Maybe I need an insurance for my shop, health, everything. You can just use click. You don't need to go outside the platform to do that. Loans, like I was saying, loan is very, very huge. The gap is very huge. So if you can take loan with your data, you can, at least we have a partnership with Fido. We have a partnership with Thrive Microcredit.
I would want us to talk a lot more detail into that.
We have a partnership with Fidelity. We have some upcoming partnerships. I think with G-Money, with Orange Tech, with they are relaunching soon. With
launching many times.
We have new commercial banks that are coming on board, and also the savings and loans company that we are partnering with. So we have data on our platform. So use that data to request for loan. So that's the contribution.
I want us to go deep into the loans part later, but I want to have an understanding of if you can talk about types of businesses that use your platform. If there are like similarities in them, but maybe mom and pop shop, like things like that, which type of businesses typically use your platform. And
like I said, we have from the startup that started today or yesterday to the very big one. I can even mention some of our clients. Caveman uses our platform.
Caveman Watches.
Yeah, Caveman Watches uses our platform. Shout out to our partners. We have Aquaba Fine Foods. I don't know if you
know Aquaba Fine.
You know Aquaba Fine Foods. Aquaba Fine Foods uses our platform. You know MSIMS?
MSIMS.
What do you do?
Fashion brand.
Fashion. MSIMS uses our platform. I'm just trying to mention the ones I can remember off my head. These ones, I'm actually mentioning them because they are ladies that we celebrated this month. So I still have them. So we have a whole lot of them. We have a lot of partnership with accounting firms too. Accounting firms that focus on SMEs.
I had a question there. I wanted to save it for later.
So on the platform we have POS, soft POS on it. So we keep growing. All these things are new features that we brought on board because when you're registering, you choose the industry you belong to. So we study that data and say, okay, this is what this industry needs, and we have more of them on our platform. So let's give it to them.
Which industry is thriving? Probably top three.
Top three, I think retail, services, and manufacturing. Yeah, retail, the shops, all those sorts.
Retail, services, and manufacturing. In terms of sizes, which type is
number of people.
I'll confirm that before we finish the
no problem.
So we take that data. Once you are signing up, we ask you how many employee size you have and all those things. So I'll confirm that later.
So and you're in the role you play in our digital ecosystem, for SMEs and beyond. How do you frame Build's position in the market? In what way have you made impact, and to what extent have you made that impact?
In what way? Yes, we are happy. Some of our clients that we know personally have used our platform. Some have gotten grants because their books are well kept. Some have gotten. I haven't taken the permission from them to say all these things outside, so I can't come out and say them. They've grown. We've seen them in our testimonial videos that when we go to them, we speak to them, they tell you, yeah, when I didn't know. A typical example is one I sign up myself.
Okay.
It's a printing shop. He was doing every time Yango and both delivery, all those things.
Yeah.
He said, is it on the platform you have analytics on your top expenses, your top sales, and all those things?
Wow.
One of the top expenses is delivery cost.
Okay.
And he realized that delivery cost in 1 month could buy motor and pay the worker.
Wow.
So the next month, instead of going that lane, he decided to buy a motorbike.
Wow.
Without this insight, probably would have still been
Wasting money.
Yeah.
So our issue is for you to focus on your business, grow your business. Let's handle the financials for you.
Okay.
Let's handle the details, and you have every data for you to take business decisions with. Yeah. So we focus on that. We try as much as we can to do that for you. You focus on growing your business. You are into manufacturing, so focus on your manufacturing. You are into creative. We have artists, people that draw.
Okay.
Focus on your drawing. Let's handle your accounts for you.
How difficult is it to onboard new Ghanaian businesses who have not used any software of this nature before?
Yeah.
See?
How difficult is it?
I've not managed their books and maybe I've not seen it.
It's very, very difficult.
Yeah.
If I say it's not difficult, I'll be lying to you. It's very difficult because our model is actually SaaS. It's software as a service.
Yeah.
So ideally, we don't need to even be in the picture every time, even sometimes visit you. But sometimes we go beyond our sales team. That's why when you mentioned that you've been seeing us
You hire a lot.
hire a lot. We are getting more foot on the ground.
Yeah.
So that we get more people to be engaging these businesses. Some people sign up, you convince them, perfect, yeah, okay. But once they sign up, they don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And we are available to do onboarding virtually. But they are no, please come to us.
Yeah.
And no,
Have to see you.
see us, do all those things.
Yeah.
So it's very difficult. And it's some don't even use it until, let's say, they need
A statement or something.
yes. Maybe an investor is calling them for something. Now they'll pull all the books. Sometimes some of them, what did I use this money for?
Yeah.
What did I use this thing for? Yeah, and all those things.
Yeah.
So it's very difficult. It's very difficult, but I think we've seen growth now.
Okay.
We've seen a lot of growth. Because of the structures we've put in place, we don't wait till your account is downgraded before we call you. Once a day or two, you haven't done anything on the platform, we are engaging you.
Okay.
Wow.
A team is there engaging you to see what's your challenge.
Okay.
If there's a need for us to do training again, we do a training for you.
Wow.
For you to. So we are very, very, very deliberate on helping a typical African SME grow.
Since you became MD, what has been one interesting incident with a customer that like took you aback, like you said, like made you feel like, wow, what is this? The customer.
There are many.
Probably maybe you can share one or two.
There are many. There are many. Even today, a customer called. Okay, so this is the feedback we were getting.
Okay.
That, some people, they are looking for, on a search button, you don't need to go to, let's say, I'm looking for invoice from Caleb.
Okay.
You will go to customer section, look for Caleb. No, that's on the dashboard, you just type Caleb.
Okay.
So everything Caleb will just show up. Whatever you are looking for, you click on it and you go. In your opinion, is it a plus or a minus to the business owner?
I mean, it's a plus when you don't have a lot of records on that person. It can be easier to find. But if, let's say, you do a lot of transactions with that person.
But it's categorized.
Yeah, into like
okay,
into which,
so invoices, this, that.
For a product point of view, it's cool.
It's cool. That's product point of view. So let's say from your point of view, I know a
from
product
business, if it's categorized, it's great. If it's mixed, it can be a bit scattered. But I think the category makes it easier. So I just have to click the category and search through that category or pick, because I've filtered it, right? So it should be easier.
A client called, I want to speak to the MD. That is going off. Why is that thing like that? So he's going. Another client called that we didn't call to check up and see whether his business is doing well. We downgraded the accounts without letting him know.
Hey.
Meanwhile, the system is automated.
Yeah.
Once you subscribe, let's say 3 months, 4 months, 1 year, and it ends. And they say we didn't call to check whether the business is. Oh, Charlie, it's it's a whole lot of work, but we keep moving.
Even small retail shops can get new invoice if you want. So those on bills can easily get invoice.
Yeah, invoice and quick sales. Yeah.
Okay.
So quick sales and POS. Quick sales feature is basically I don't need any data on you. I don't need to add you in the system as a customer. Take your phone number, email address, and all those things. You can just come, like we go to every shop, I sell to you. So that's the advantage we have over all the POSs in the market. So the normal POSs in the market, what they do is normal inventory management and all those things. Ours go beyond inventory management. So everything you do, we have accounting as a logic behind it.
Okay.
So you are selling, you are selling. You come to me, I sell a pen, 10 pens to you, but in your financial record is there.
So it makes it easy for the person running the business. Because though you're selling, at the back that every part of the transaction is moving to the columns needed for the financial reporting and all of that. It makes a lot of sense.
So those are the invoices, the income session. So under income session, we have invoices, the quick sales, we call it, that's coming to me. You are buying water, I key in the water, finish. You have the POS, we have deposits, we have quotes like pro forma invoice and all those things. We have all those things available for you to see. So the top used ones are basically those ones, and also expense.
I think this is just off the way, but I noticed was it a delivery rider who was once using Built for his like monitoring his enrollment. And I was surprised that of all the people I thought could need like an accountant, it was not like a delivery rider, but it shows.
Is he delivering for a company or?
No, I mean for himself.
For himself, okay.
Yeah, so I think that he managed like basic, and he said he was using the basic one, like income something. So he just enters.
Yeah. So
like
that's what I said earlier. That we have all those people on the platform.
Yeah.
We have from the yam seller, your Kilowele joint.
Yeah.
Everybody can keep book. Yeah.
Wow.
So we have packages tiered for all of them.
Yeah.
So a business like yours, as big as it is, you don't needs all the functionalities on the software. We shouldn't be charging the same for the Okada rider you saw. Yeah. So we are encouraging all of them to keep books. So we have packages that suit the way they do things.
I want us to talk a little bit about product adoption and also how you guys sell your products and which channels are working and which channels are not working. Because I know for people building products in Ghana, most of the things that founders complain about is adoption. I have the tool, I have the product, but I'm not able to reach the people.
Yeah.
What
has worked for builds and what hasn't worked in the past?
We've tried a lot of things in the past. We keep trying a lot of things. Yeah, but some are working. Some, if they don't work, we refine it and move forward. We know when it starts, cost involved in getting salespeople on the field. So you would want to, let me use digital marketing. But digital marketing is quite expensive these days.
Yes.
It's very, very expensive these days. So we have a lot of things. We've grown a team of 48.
Wow.
Yes. A small business like us, we are a team of 48. We have a full call center, a full customer support team. Yeah. Once you sign up
for an accounting software.
Yes, sign up and see. Someone will call you.
Please sign up for it. Sign up for
Not on the call. On the call.
Yeah, I like experiment.
Yeah, it's past work hours. The time we are shooting.
It's past work hours now.
Yes, but tomorrow I can assure you someone will call you tomorrow.
We will test it before we publish.
Yes. And aside that, when you go on the platform, there's a support there every time. So we have a full team there. We have a team for onboarding, and we have a full sales team down on the ground.
Wow.
A full sales team on the ground. Aside that, we've engaged in some media campaign this few months with CTFM, Channel 1 TV, Joy FM, the whole multimedia actually, to grow and get people to know us.
When are you coming to Building Bytes?
We are actually here already.
the other type of engagement.
After the
you send me an invoice after here.
We'll do it with Build.
So the sales from what you're saying digital marketing didn't really work, or
Not that it didn't really work. It worked. It's still working.
okay.
Yeah, but like I said, we strategy is still it's not something that's very, very stagnant.
Keeps changing.
It keeps
evolving.
changing. Yeah. So after every month, after every quarter, you review your strategy.
Yeah.
You understand the market's need as at the time, and you move with what the market wants. You go with it.
Cool.
How is Build making people compliant?
Okay. That's one of the challenges for an SME. Personally, I have a side business I run.
Yeah.
I'm not an accountant. And before I joined Build, I actually don't know what VAT is.
Yeah.
I don't know what withholding is.
Yeah.
I don't know all those things.
Yeah.
It was a challenge for me.
Mhm.
So I would think I'm doing the right thing, but
Yeah.
yeah, will just come after me one day
Yeah.
for not being compliant. But not that I didn't want to pay tax, but I actually didn't know. And the business hasn't grown to a point that I needed an accountant to do that.
Yeah.
That's why we've put together our team. We have a full team of accounting experts there, chartered accountants actually, there, that are product specialists. All they do, like this repealing of E-Levy. Once, I'm sure by the time this episode goes out, President would have assented to it.
Yeah.
Once President assents to it, we would have to engage. We write articles upon articles on our blog, educating people. We have to change our tax component on the platform. So when you are choosing, we have a lot of articles on even withholding. Who should withhold and why you should withhold. All those things are there. So we
Peer
educate
education.
all our clients, and we don't just leave it on the blog. Once we write a blog, we broadcast to every user. I don't know if you are a client, you should be receiving an email.
I have an account.
Yeah, you should be receiving
Multiple
emails.
accounts.
Yeah, you should be receiving emails from us all the time.
Interesting. So what trends are you also seeing in the SME space in terms of digital transformation and adoption? Where do you see it getting to? How do you see Build being positioned for that point?
The ecosystem is growing. The adoption rate day in, day out is growing. The numbers are increasing. Numbers are increasing in terms of adoption, but are the numbers increasing in terms of the business adoption?
Yeah.
I remember we did an activation at Makola for a whole week.
Okay.
We had a lot of people that signed up, but they are not able to use the platform.
Yeah.
Retention.
You know why? In a day, the kind of pressure that's on them.
What's the time to do?
I personally went there. I was part of that activation. I personally went there, engaged these people.
Yeah.
We have some people using it.
Yeah.
And some of them, the people that use it are the people they recruit.
Yeah.
And the fear is there. Some of these business owners, they fear that, this tech thing, they will use it to take our monies away from us.
Yes.
This new generation of people that understand this, they will use it to steal us or all these things.
Mm.
So those kind of fears are there. So we have to take our time and explain to them. That's when they started using, because they don't have a need to send you invoice. They're just selling their thing. Come, you buy.
Yeah.
They will tell you, they've been doing this before they give it to you. So they know accounting more than you.
Yeah.
So all those people, that's the challenge. The usability and getting people to use it for them.
Yeah.
Majority of them employ SHS leavers.
Yeah.
Once they qualify, they get
That's
admission to school.
That's it.
You have to go back, train people to be using it for them. So the adoption for the user, the main users, is challenging. But because it's helping them be tax compliant and other things, it's they appreciate it from that angle. But personally, they don't have the technical know-how to be using it. So those are some of the challenges.
But have you seen?
But how? Let me respond to. So to solve that, we started a campaign, a freelancer campaign. So we go to school, educate people, train them on the usage of software. And anytime any client is looking for a freelance accountant, a freelance sales person, we recommend people in our pool for you to use here. So we've been doing that with some of the tertiary institutions in Accra.
That makes sense.
Okay.
That makes sense. So I want you to talk a bit about your collaboration effort, especially with the financing product that you guys have. So I know in our ecosystem, most people will say we are not collaborative enough. People are not collaborating, but I think from what you are saying, work with multiple partners on loans.
Yeah.
If you can talk a little bit about that.
You see, it's only fintech that you have to work with your competitor if you really want to grow. If you really want to grow. And I learned this way back when I was with a payment service provider.
Okay.
Yes. Your reel can be down, but you are dependent on your brother's reel to let it flow so that you provide a seamless service to your client. So the client doesn't know that he's using another service, but so it's only fintech space that you do that. And for us to be able to, like that's normal says, if you want to go
far, you don't. I mean, if you want to go fast, you can go alone. If you want to go far, you go together. Yeah.
Yes. The growth we are seeing is because we are all growing. We are all going together.
Yeah.
That's what's pushing the growth. Yeah. Because personally, we don't have the funding to go for a PSP enhanced license.
Yeah.
If we really, the e-payments platform on our, if we want to go to BOG, get all the licensing required to do that, it will take one time.
Yeah.
And secondly, if we want to be greedy, let's get all those money. That's not our focus. We'll get more people to, a typical payment service, the number of people you need to handle that treasury and all those things.
Yeah.
Your cost, your overhead cost will increase. But partnership like that, okay, we don't handle. Our focus is for them to keep their books.
Yeah.
But because we send invoice to you, a link is embedded on it. You click, you pay. Yeah. There should be a payment partner, and BOG requires everybody that's doing payments sort of to do that. So we partner with people with a license to do that. That's not our main focus. So we don't waste our time on engaging regulators back and forth on that. No, we engage. We are not a savings and loans company.
Yeah.
We just have data. We just have a marketplace for people. Yeah. Why not invite the people to come on board instead of going for license and getting all the people to be working for you as a savings and loan company? Yeah. No. All those regulatory compliance, we can't skip. It's not needed at the time. Maybe in the future, if it's a business decision for us to do that, we will do that. But at this time, that's not needed. So what you need, you bring the people on board. They share revenue with you. You also grow together because I'm giving you a platform to sell. We share revenue, we grow. Same for NIC. When we wanted to sell insurance, the National Insurance Commission says we should be brokers.
Yes, that's what they require for third parties.
We don't have that space to become a broker.
Okay.
So instead of being a broker, we partner with a broker, Bambo Insurance Brokers. Okay. So you see Bambo Insurance Broker on, we are just a distributors for Bambo. That's all. So we in turn sell our products. Same for pensions. We have People's Pension Trust on our platform. These are all the financial inclusion we are talking about. You see, when you talk about financial inclusion, all we focus on in Ghana is Momo payment.
Yes.
But it's more than Momo.
Yeah.
So we are just bringing all these people together, and we are collaborating with banks. Now you have every bank has SME clients.
Yes.
Instead of
some having a SME department
and they don't give them tools that they need because they don't understand their need.
Only loans.
Only loans.
Come and collect.
We belong to that space and we understand what they actually need. So we are collaborating with some of the banks to white label our platform for them. So they get all those things. I saw a question on open banking. I think we'll get there. Or
you can talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
For open banking, like on our platform, there's a place you can sync your account.
Okay.
We have a provider called Mono across Africa. Mono, it works in Nigeria perfect.
I know.
So our clients in Nigeria, they can actually link their bank account to. So every transaction that's ongoing in the account, accounting is done on built for you automatically. It's not working in Ghana because we don't have that open banking platform.
So what apart from that, what for the open banking, the framework, if it's been implemented, how would it change your business in Ghana?
It will drive more people. You see, it will open us to more collaborations. Now, aside the mono APIs we use, if we have those things, APIs we can call any bank and integrate with the bank directly. So once you integrate with the bank, you are a client of Build. I don't know. Let's say your bank is ABC Bank. ABC Bank.
My bank is
Affinity. So we integrate with Affinity. Every transaction you are doing on Affinity will just be recorded automatically in Build for you. So that's the future.
I can just go there, click something, I have
your statement. Yes, because it's coming there. You can do your reconciliation to the accounting people in the room or people listening to us who understand that. Now you do manual reconciliation. You print your statement or
Trying
go to
to
your banking portal to do
match,
all those things, because the banking portal is not an accounting software.
Yeah.
But an open banking
Yeah.
would give us that room for us to do that direct integration. So automatically, because these are some of the things that the SMEs are struggling to do. Yeah, because it's very, very difficult for them to see, because their focus is on. I visit
Business.
most of our clients, and their focus is on production.
Yeah.
So we want to make it easy for them to focus on
production.
their business. We take care of the bookkeeping for them.
What kind of policy has really positively impacted your business or negatively impacted your business? Which one would you say, or which policies have had effects on you?
Policy.
Or I mean, yeah, maybe policy-free business. So far.
Yeah. So for us, I think.
What kind of policy would you want to push, which could advance the business, make people more financially inclusive from your point of view, account friendly, more compliant? What
I think I said it. I said it from the beginning of the show,
Yeah.
that you see, government has to be very deliberate and use the data they are giving us to solve the issues in the space.
Yeah.
We've been championing digitalization. It's becoming a slogan,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure they really understand what that means. Aside, let me just chip this in before I go into my main point. I was doing a partnership with the bank. The bank called me just this week, and they were telling me, we went on BOG website, we didn't see your name there. That means we can't do business with you, because BOG says every fintech must be licensed. You see, they actually don't, even our industry players don't know that. Fintech is not payment service provider.
Yeah.
They actually don't know.
A lot of education.
Yes. And there are a lot of this creative. I once met you somewhere that we met over 20 young ideas that are fighting for investment and other things. Some of these people don't need investment. Some of these people don't need investment. Correct policies will actually guide them, because some of them need payment to succeed. But the payment service providers don't want to collaborate with them because they don't have the basic license to partner with them. It's cost intensive. They can't do it. They can't do it. So we need this collaboration. Government has to be very, very, very intentional about what they are doing, so that the fintechs, because I think we have a lot of edtech products. We have a lot of security products. Is it the fintech? The tech space has improved. And all of them actually depends on payments one way or the other. So if we have these things going on like that, you will see more of them coming back to the PSPs too. So we all don't need to take the PSP license.
No.
So let PSP focus on what they are doing. We will handle the rest.
That's great. So lastly, I want you to talk about how your business is set up in Ghana. So I know you have physical presence in other regions outside of Accra. You can briefly talk about that, and then
all right. So
the countries.
Okay. So for Ghana, we have divided Ghana into 5 parts. We are in Accra, the main Accra, which happens to be the head office. And East Legon, ARS Runabout, you see us there. We have the Northern Enclave, which we have headquartered in Tamale. Also, the lead for the Northern Enclave is in Tamale. We have Middle Belt, which is Bono, Bronga Halfway, and Ashanti region, with an office space in Kumasi. We have the Coastal Belt, that's from Elbida all the way to Elubo, which has an office in Takrady. So someone may ask, why those places? Majority of the MSMEs are there. Like the challenge I told you guys, they want a physical person to interact with them. Some of them fear that maybe you are fraudulent. So let me just see, if you say you are here, let me see your stuff before I can give you money. I can subscribe to your platform. So we have to do that for them to be giving them the necessary support they need in that zone. Aside Ghana, we have a team in Sierra Leone, a full team in Sierra Leone. We have a team in Kenya. We have clients actually across Africa, across Tanzania, Mozambique, South Africa, Nigeria, Rwanda. We have businesses all across there, and we give them support from our East Legon office here.
Wow.
Yeah, we have businesses across there. But what we have business registered in Rwanda and Nigeria, which we don't have physical presence.
Yeah.
We are seeing what we can do, and also there's a growing market that we are also looking at.
Okay.
Is our neighbors,
The
the
Francophone.
French, yeah. So Burkina Faso, Cote d'Ivoire, Benin, Togo.
Yeah.
See how we can. They can actually use it, but how
Language
we can have.
barriers and all that.
Oh, it's actually. If
can
you go to the
transcribe to
website,
French.
transcribe
Okay.
to French for
That's
you to
interesting.
use. But we want personnel there that can engage them too as well. We are looking at those places too as well.
That's nice. So, I mean, in your final words, what would you want to tell us about growth accounting? What would you want to tell us about, or what do you want to say to entrepreneurs building products, software, product guys, business people, salespeople like you?
Or if you have anything coming up.
Or
You see-
anything coming up to what can they look for from you? It's a lot of things.
For entrepreneurs, first, for the entrepreneurs coming up, you see, sometimes it's a product person. You feel, you sit in your room and think, oh, Charlie, I've developed the best product in the world. See, but that's not what they need.
Yeah.
You would think they need that, but that maybe the timing is not correct.
Yeah.
Until they touch it.
Yeah. The timing for that is not the best time to. So look at the market. Look for a need. Look for a specific need. Meet the immediate need now and try scaling. Scale with the need. Grow with them. Because if you want to jump the gun, you might not get users. And you feel frustrated that entrepreneurship is not for everybody. Let me go back to my 9-to-5 job. No, it's actually for everybody. But let's look for a specific need and meet it. As a company, we are looking at how we can provide more services to our SMEs. So from middle of last year, we embarked on a journey to do more partnerships. So we are calling on financial institutions, fintechs, all the ecosystem players. Now we've been able to launch our developer platform. So you can go to developer.build.africa. All the APIs that are there. You don't need to reinvent the wheel if you have a product that needs invoicing. Just take the invoicing and plug in. Yes. If you need reporting, just take that API and plug in. So let's talk. Let's do more partnership. That's what we can all grow together.
We'll be coming to you soon. In June, we'll be running a hackathon on open banking as a community. So we're coming to you soon.
We are always available for partnership, and schools too. So we are Ashasi Innovation Hub. We are part of them. I did 2 weeks ago. I was at Academic City. We are doing something for them. This is actually a challenge I'm throwing out to all the school, the government-owned schools. The
tertiary schools.
Because
We'll
the
help you
private people
opening up.
are going very fast. And if they don't take time, people might not end up going to those schools again. So they should come on board. Let's redesign our curriculum to fit in the tech we want to see, the future of tech. Let's collaborate. They should collaborate with the industry ecosystem players to develop curriculum that will fit in the next generation, the people that will take over from us.
Awesome. We are closing this chapter, this episode. We are glad to have we had Restus on shared amazing work. Restus, we thank you so much for
the
time
having me.
spent with us, and we look forward to doing more things and letting the world know the amazing stuff Build is doing across Africa. So thank you so much for listening to us. Thank you so much for joining us. See you in another episode. Bye bye.